Hello, this is Jack from tofluency.com and welcome to this episode of the To Fluency podcast. Now, my wife and I created a series of conversations. We made these videos a little while ago where we talked about different topics in British and American English. These are some of my most watched videos on YouTube, which shows that people like them. We wanted to make more. We wanted to continue this. However, we found it very difficult to find the time to sit down and have a conversation. That sounds terrible. What I mean is we found it very difficult to sit down and record a video without our daughter interrupting it. Because, well, our daughter is 1 today. It's her birthday today. She turned 1 today, which is amazing. It's incredible. It's gone so fast, as everyone says. I hate saying that. It's such a cliche, but it has gone very, very quickly this last year. And she's at the stage now where she's noisy. She wants to grab things. She won't allow us just to, sit there and have a conversation. I do want to say at this point that we are going to make more of these videos. So don't worry. If you really like those videos, we are going to make more and we want to make more. And that's going to happen once Emma goes into daycare. But at the moment, we can't do it. And instead of waiting for that perfect moment where we can make the perfect podcast, you're going to have to just listen to me for a few episodes. And I've been thinking about doing this for a while, about just sitting down or standing up and recording these these podcast episodes. I say live because I do want to do some of these live podcasts, record some episodes live, but just to teach you English through audio. And I do a lot of my learning through audio only. I have YouTube Red, which allows me to listen to YouTube videos without having the YouTube app open. I can close the app and listen. And I listen to a lot of podcasts as well. And I know that a lot of people like learning this way too. So I thought, you know what? It's time just to start making these episodes. And this is probably the 10th time I've tried to do this today. It feels a little bit weird. It feels quite strange not having a video on and just talking. I think this is how people go crazy, just talking to themselves. But I know that I'm helping you, so hopefully that won't happen to me. But anyway, what I'm going to do in these episodes, where it's just me, is tell you stories. I'm going to focus on specific grammar points. I'm going to talk about vocabulary. I'm going to talk about how to learn English. We're also going to upload episodes of my wife and I having conversations. But when it's just me, I'm going to just let this evolve. I'm going to answer questions from you. I'm going to get your feedback. And that's the first thing I need, actually. I need you to tell me, and to be brutally honest, about the name. The To Fluency Show. Is this good? Is it okay? Is it terrible? What do you think? Don't hold back. And to hold back means that you don't tell the truth. That you don't tell me exactly what you think. I want to know exactly what you think. The To Fluency Show. Let me know. And if you don't like it, tell me what I should call it instead. With these episodes too, I'm also going to write a blog post, write an article based on probably each episode. And you can find vocabulary and grammar and tips based on this episode at tofluency.com/new idea. tofluency.com/new idea. Or you can just go to tofluency.com and search for it there. But that link will take you directly to it. So you can get the vocabulary and the phrases that I use in this episode. So like I said, I'm going to talk about different things. I'm going to talk about different topics. Sometimes there'll be someone else. Sometimes there won't be. This is only on YouTube for right now. I'm going to upload it to iTunes later once I get feedback and get a few episodes. I also want questions from you. If you have any questions, the best way to get in touch with me at the moment is through Facebook. If you go to fluency.com/message, okay, not massage, don't make that mistake, message to fluency.com/message, then that will open up a link where you can get in touch with me through Facebook Messenger, the best way to get in touch with me. I'm also not going to edit this too much. If I make a huge mistake and I find myself not saying anything for a minute, I'm going to edit it. But if I make little mistakes, I'm not going to edit it. And that's a lesson I want to teach, is that everyone makes mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes all the time. There is no one in this world who speaks perfect English. A lot of English is subjective. If someone thinks it's formal, someone else might think it's informal. Slang is appropriate in certain situations, but not in others. Native speakers and highly proficient speakers make mistakes with grammar all the time. It happens. So don't worry about making mistakes, because everybody makes them. The focus of today's episode is going to be on daily routines. What I want you to do is think about the first time you had a lesson on daily routines. Think about sitting in the classroom, either at school, at the language school, and what your teacher taught you about daily routines. I bet what you're thinking about in terms of grammar is present simple. That we use the present simple to talk about daily routines. I wake up at 6 a.m. I then brush my teeth. I go downstairs and have some breakfast, etc. But as I talk about my daily routine, you'll notice that I'm going to use different tenses as well. Because when we're talking about something, if you just talk about what you normally do, it can get kind of boring. But if you talk about what you did yesterday, what you want to do in the future, and what you have been doing recently, so we're using 3 different types of tenses there, then it can get a little bit more engaging. So my routine at the moment is largely based on the fact that I have children, because I don't get to wake up when I want to wake up. I would love to wake up around 7 and then start working with a cup of coffee. That's my perfect morning. However, instead, I have 2 children and 2 dogs that I need to take care of first thing in the morning. Usually, my children wake up around 6:30, which is okay. If it's at 6, it's terrible. If it's at 5:30, it's beyond awful. Sometimes I wake up at 7:30, which is nice, but generally it's around 6:30 to 6:45. So I carry my daughter downstairs, my son walks downstairs, and then the dogs and the children, they need things. So I get my son some breakfast. I'm using the word get because I don't really make it. I get him some cereal and milk. That's what he wants in the morning. Then I put my daughter in the high chair. I get her some food as well. I take the dogs out. They need to go pee outside. They come back in. They might have breakfast at this point. Then I have to do things like make sure my son is ready for school, make sure that his lunch is ready. This morning it was terrible because I had to cook rice and it just took forever. And then I couldn't find anything. So I couldn't find any vegetables for him. And I don't want his teachers to judge me that he doesn't have any vegetables. I made him a smoothie because I felt bad that he wasn't going to have any vegetables. And I put some green, like organic vegetable powder in there. So this morning was completely hectic, but I took him to school on time. After I drop him off, I go to the gym. And the reason I go to the gym is, well, the initial reason why I started going to the gym was because I didn't have time to shower at home. So I left the house without showering, and I thought, I need to shower. Otherwise, I'll just go back to having a weekly bath. So I decided, I'll go to the gym, do a light exercise, like a light workout, then take a shower. But then I thought, why not get really healthy? Why not use this time to work hard in the gym and to get in good shape? So that's what I do now. I go to the gym for about an hour after dropping off my son. Then I get a shower, and then my workday starts. And if you're wondering what I do, it's make videos for YouTube, respond to emails, promote my courses, and do everything else that's involved in an online business. So usually from 10 till 4, I'm working, which isn't that long. Sometimes the days are longer, sometimes they're shorter, but 10 to 4 is pretty common. In the future, I would love to have more time for work, but it's a balance, isn't it? I'm very fortunate, and I'm in a position where I can decide how much I want to work. If I work more, generally speaking, then that's going to be more beneficial in terms of finances. If I work less, that's more beneficial in terms of spending time with family. And getting that work-life balance is quite hard, especially when you own your own business, because you have to do these things, and somebody isn't telling you to be somewhere at a certain time. Instead, it's up to you. You make that decision. You go to these places. So, it's been a balance over the last few years, especially with children. But my perfect day would be to wake up, like I said, around 7, get a cup of coffee, work for 2 to 3 hours, take a break, have something to eat, work some more until about 2 p.m., 3 p.m., do a little bit of housework, and then, which it's kind of strange, it's in my perfect day doing housework, and then spend the entire evening with my children. I think that would be the perfect day for me. But right now, it's not possible. The priority in the morning is children, and that usually